Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and this is Morning Sip. SIP stands for Spirit and Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. And that is certainly true for our series that started last week, our important series. So we have been going through this little pamphlet called Tyranny of the Urgent by Charles, there we go, by Charles Hummel. We've been going through this little pamphlet, and he has offered some wonderful ways in which we can be more present, more productive, more gentle and kind with ourselves as we go through our day. So, what's been most helpful for me personally, because this was inspired for me with um, my I'm building a healthy relationship. I'm building a healthy relationship with rest. And so this was inspired by that intention to ensure that I am taking great care of myself by getting proper rest. And this pamphlet, Tyranny of the Urgent, is helping me so much with that because it helped me to discern between what's important and what is urgent. Because I had a tendency to treat things that were not important as urgent, or I would treat things that were urgent that really were not urgent. So there are few things that happen on a day-to-day basis that are urgent. Most urgent things that come up and we really don't have control over it. So there might be an emergency, for example. An emergency is something that is urgent that needs to be addressed promptly. The things that are important, we do have control over the things that are important for the most part. There may be some exceptions to what's urgent, there may be some exceptions to what's important. But for the most part, we get to decide for ourselves what's important, and we get to decide what's urgent or not. So that alone has helped me tremendously because when it gets close to the end of the day and my alarm goes off to say, okay, let's wrap it up, get ready for bedtime, and I would say to myself, I just need 5 more minutes. Let me do this one last thing. Like that's what I would say. And then that's what I would do. And then I would be up for another hour or two. Right. So instead, I'm relearning, retraining myself, if you will, to ask the question, is this really important? Those extra 5 minutes to do something, that extra time to do that one last thing, is it really important? And I will tell you, every time I've asked myself that question over these last couple of weeks, the answer has been no. It's not important for me to do that right now, mainly because it's not urgent. So what I am rediscovering for myself, because none of this, and I'm sure you may feel similarly, none of this is new information, right? These are things that we know. But now for me, and I hope for you too, we get to put it into deeper practice, right? because we know more about ourselves, we have more clarity about what it is that we desire. We have more clarity about how we are spending our time, and we especially have more clarity about our relationship with time. We know that we are the source of our own time. So I get to decide what's important. So, what's been really helping me is in the morning, I create my important list. I create my important list and I might write down a whole bunch of things. I might put down 8 things. And then I say, now, girl, you do not have 8 important things to do today. And so then I will go back and I will asterisk the ones that are my priorities. My priorities are the important things. And I do those first because I had a pattern of writing my to-do list, right? And then doing the things that I like to do, were fun for me to do, anything under those categories. However, they were not necessarily the things that were important, the things that were the priority. So I have been practicing doing the important things first. Like Steve Covey says, first things first. And the first things are the things that are important. So we all know our number one thing that's important is our spiritual practice, right? Non negotiable. Our spiritual practice in the morning is important. And then you get to decide what those other couple of things are and do those things first. And then get through the rest of the list if you organize your day to do so. This has been so beneficial to me. I'm telling you, it has helped me to shift in a way that is serving me really, really well. So today, we're going to get into step number 5. Yesterday, we did step number 4, which was follow through. So if you missed that, you can catch the replay. Today, we're going to do what Charles Hummel calls evaluation. And I love to take assessment, to take inventory, to evaluate myself. Self-evaluation, self-reflection is really important. So this is what he shares. He says, former President Greenwald of DuPont said, 1 minute spent in planning saves 3 or 4 minutes in execution. I love that. 1 minute spent in planning saves 3 or 4 minutes in execution. He says, complete the work that God has for you to do. So as I've shared, the pamphlet, Charles Hummel, is Christian, and the pamphlet is tilted towards Christianity. Do with that as you will. He goes on and writes, in addition to your daily quiet time, set aside 1 hour a week for spiritual inventory. Jot down an evaluation of the past. So you're taking a moment. He says 1 hour a week, and you're just taking a spiritual inventory of the past. So this past week, this past day, right? So I like to take inventory every day, kind of as part of my winding down for the day. Did I do the things that are important? If I didn't, what happened, right? What information can I use so that I can incorporate the lessons learned as I move forward, right? So you jot down an evaluation of the past, Record any lessons God may be teaching you and plan your activities for the coming week. So that's wonderful. We evaluate, we pay attention to the lessons learned, right? And then we plan our activities for the next week. Like I said, this works best for me doing this on a daily basis. He goes on to write, also try to set aside a few hours each month for longer range evaluation and planning. Prayerfully waiting on God is indispensable to effective service. So I take that and translate that to be still and know. Be still. It's important to factor in some quiet time, some prayerful time that we're doing with our spiritual practice, to just be still. That is a great use of time. Being still, being patient, being prayerful. That is important for me. Is it important for you? He says, like the timeout in a basketball game, it enables us to catch our breath and reevaluate our strategy. In prayer, we learn the truth about God, ourselves, and the tasks God wants us to undertake. The need itself, however urgent, is not the call for us to meet it. The call must come from the Lord who knows our limitation. So translate that in a way that works for you. I translate it as whatever the need is, I need to check in to see if this is really the need that I need to focus my attention on. I look for inner guidance. I listen to my intuition. I listen to God, the universe. I listen to my higher self. All are the same for me. So I go within, I get quiet with myself, and I listen. And I pay attention to what comes forth through me, through me. And that's the call that I heed. So every need is not a call for you to heed. Oh, that rhymes. Every call is not a need for you to heed right then and right there, if at all. So that takes discernment as well. So evaluate. Evaluate. It's worth the time to just take a pause and check out, how did my day go? What did I get accomplished? How did I feel today? Let's not leave that part out. What is the feeling tone that you are bringing to the things that are important? Lighten up. Be more gentle, more kind, less judgmental, no judgment. How about that? Practice the 4 agreements. Do your best. Do your best. At the end of the day, you can say with confidence, today I did the best that I could do based on the information that I had. I did the best that I could. And this is what I learned. And this is what I will take with me into the next day. So that is step number 5, evaluate. And then tomorrow we will wrap up with step number 6. So if you missed any of the steps, please check out the replays. We started this series last Tuesday. And I would also recommend just picking up this pamphlet. It's like $5 on Amazon. Tyranny of the Urgent. Tyranny of the Urgent, first published in 1967 and still relevant today because it's based in principle. It's based in principle. All right, y'all. So let's get into checking in. Good day, Shay. Good day, Sekou. Yes, I'm getting my rest on. I'm getting my rest on. So, getting my rest on and treating that as important enables me to get up earlier, get outside after I do my spiritual practices. And so today I wind up doing what was supposed to be a 5K. I wind up doing a 10K. So almost, well, I did over a 10K. I did about 6.5 miles because I went to bed on time, got good rest, and then woke up without the alarm, did all my stuff that I needed to do this morning as far as my spiritual practice, and got out the door to meet a friend at 6:30 so that we could do a 5K together. We did the 5K, she went her way, I went my way, and I was like, "You know what? I think I'm going to do another 5K." So we got a 10K in today. And that's important to me because one of the things that is very important to me is my self-care. So exercising, eating eating right, and getting enough rest is really important, and drinking more water. So those for me are under my self-care important. Okay. All right. Good day, Margareta. It's good to see you. Good day, Linda. Thank you. This has been an interesting series, thought provoking. I appreciate that, Linda. So, we're going to get into some joy news. And so, tonight is Wednesday night. And on Wednesday at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, where I am the spiritual leader, we do something called Community Cafe, where we come together, we be together, we share. Different Wednesdays, we do different things. The first Wednesday of the month, we do visioning. The second Wednesday, we do prayer works. The third Wednesday, we do self care with company. And the fourth Wednesday, we do community energy. And so tonight, our energy is all about play because at Rockland CSL, we are in our play month. July is our play month. So join me tonight. We're going to play some games virtually. Join me. You can go to rocklandcsl.org for the Zoom link. 7 p.m. is completely free. Bring a friend and have some fun this evening at 7 p.m. All right. Speaking of Rockland CSL, as I mentioned, we are in our play month. Our theme for July is living as divine expression. And this Sunday, we have a treat. We have a treat. We have a treat. If you don't know Robin Hackett, she's an amazing independent artist, new thought artist. Her lyrics, she's a singer songwriter, are beautiful. And so this Sunday, she was with us this past Sunday in person, where we have our in person service on the third Sunday of the month. She's going to be with us this Sunday, the fourth Sunday, as not just as the music inspiration, but she's also going to be our guest speaker. I am so excited for that. So join us on Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time for Rockland CSL Sunday celebration service with our guest speaker and music inspiration, the amazing Robin Hackett. So again, you can go to rocklandcsl.org and all of the information is there. And this Sunday is virtual. All right. So I will share this with you. I shared this in Sekou's on Sekou's show today. So I'm on Sekou's show, Get Rich 101, every Wednesday at 9:45 a.m. So join us 9:45 a.m. for the Get Rich 101 show. And I'm on Wednesdays. And so I shared this picture on Sekou's show. That's a picture of my husband with the purple shirt on, Marco, and he's shaking the hand of the commissioner of the Department of Transportation. And this is on the NASDAQ billboard because he got to go down and um, be a part of the closing ceremony that they do every day of the stock market. And so he was at NASDAQ and they took his picture and then projected it on the big Times Square billboard. And there he is. He was so excited. So shout out to my husband, Marco Nobles. And the reason for this is Harlem Week, which is a big festival that happens here in New York City, in Harlem specifically. My husband is the vice chair of the board, and he's one of the producers of the event. And New York City does something called Summer Streets in August, starting, I think, this Saturday through August, and different boroughs close down miles of street. So no cars can go through. It's just for pedestrians. So they shut down all the they shut down a certain area and all the boroughs, and they call it summer streets. So they're a partner along with NASDAQ, along with Harlem Week, they partner, and that was the purpose of them all being together. I hope that was clear. So if you're in New York, you want to check out Harlem Week, let me say that too. Let me throw in a plug for Harlem Week. It's great music, great food, great art, great shopping, great vendors. It is a event, let me tell you. So go to harlemweek.com and you could see information about Harlem Week as well. And y'all may see my husband on TV. He was just on one of the morning shows on Fox yesterday talking about Harlem Week. So you might see him on the news or one of those types of shows. So it's a lot of fun. All right. I think that's all the joy news that I have to share today. I hope I will see some of you tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for our community cafe and just come and spend some time and play. And I will see you tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m., as we wrap up our important series. So take the time today, if you have not done so already, and identify and write down what is important for you to accomplish, make progress, and give some focus to today. 3 things. Don't go 8, 9, 10 things. 3 things, and then do those things first. Do those things first. Celebrate. You've done them. Appreciate yourself. Acknowledge yourself. It's really important to celebrate our small wins and our big wins. Just celebrate, right? And then go on and do the other things that may be on your to-do list. All right, y'all. So peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.